Hey guys, Max Convexity here. Hope everyone's having a great afternoon. These funds had a pretty nice recovery towards the end of the day. Let's look first at SPX. This is what JEPY trades, and yeah, they had a nice recovery, closed on the highs. It's a nice bullish sign right there. Also, they closed almost to the top of the profit box, not quite, about 3/4. So let's see what kind of profit the spreadsheet says we have. Sure enough, the spreadsheet says we have about 3/4 profit. We're trying to make 525, ended up with 387 or 6 cents a share. The good news is we caught extrinsic and we're at 59 cents a share, which is about the same payment as our last dividend. So things are going all right as far as the extrinsic capture so far. All right, let's look over here at Russell. This is how IWMY makes money or loses money. In today's case, makes money. Look at that, closed on the highs and outside of the profit box. So we don't even have to look at the spreadsheet. We know it's 100% profit. If it's not 100% profit, the spreadsheet's wrong. Let's see what the spreadsheet says. Sure enough, 100% profit. Good job. 92 basis points. That almost makes up for yesterday's 99 basis point loss. Made 17 cents a share. We're looking at extrinsic, and on an estimate, we're looking at $1.40 where they only paid $1.29 last month. So we're doing a good job as far as capturing extrinsic so far in this young month. All right, let's look at the NDX. This is the NASDAQ 100 index options. This is what the QQQY traders trade. This stock had a rough day, or NDX had a rough day. It came roaring back at the end of the day, just like everything did. But it just was too little too late. It almost got back to break even, just not quite. So without even looking at this, we know this is going to be a small loss. But let's see. Yeah, sure enough, we're going for $1.4 million. We lost $250,000. Ah, that's too bad. 2 cents a share. Extrinsic capture, still going fine though. We're capturing plenty of extrinsic. All right, let's look over here at TRES. We're going to look at the option calculator. Okay, TRES is right in the middle of this darn valley of death. Let's look over here at the trading view. Okay, well on this, they're outside of the valley of death, but this valley of death is just an approximation. The valley of death is always growing or shrinking, but depending on what's happening to the price of the options. But anyway, we're right about at the break even on here. But as far as on the simulator goes, they're saying, oh, this is at expiration. If we stay here by expiration, we'd be down 7,900. Right now, though, I need to roll the clock back. Yeah, right now we're right at the edge. We're right at the edge of the valley. But now, if you watch what happens as time goes by, we have a profit zone that's reappearing. We have an island. We have a valley of death, but then there's an island in the middle of the two valleys of death, or a mountain, or something. I don't know. I need to think of a better analogy. But anyway, maybe these guys are anticipating the price of TLT declining a little more. And if it declines between now and Friday and finishes somewhere in this range, there's some money to be made. But on the other hand, maybe they think it's going to go this way. The price of TLT is going to go this way. I'm having a hard time getting a handle on this strategy. It's an interesting strategy for sure. So we'll see how it ends up. It's a fascinating strategy, to say the least. Here's something that's really good about this strategy. Let's say tomorrow's a huge black swan, and the markets are down 5 or 10% or something. Let's say so bonds will be down or up 5 or 10% also, because they usually trade pretty similar to stocks. But anyway, so let's say bonds go up 10% tomorrow or 5% tomorrow. Well, look at this. They're going to make 100,000. Let's say bonds go down 10% tomorrow. They're going to make 75,000. The good thing about this trade is it has black swan protection on both sides. Or outlier. It has the outlier moves covered. You just want to stay away from these valleys of death. Anyway, it's been interesting following this one. I hope you guys like me tracking this one. Let's look over here, speaking of tracking. Let's look over here at tracking error. Okay, let's start up here with the S&P high yield complex. The best performing one was JEPY. Heck yeah. Nice job, JEPY. JEPY actually outperformed the index, and that doesn't surprise us. It does outperform the index lots of times when the index is kind of flat or down a little bit, or even down a lot, it's going to outperform. So sure enough, JEPY did a great job. All right, let's look over here at the NASDAQ. What's going on with the NASDAQ? Well, the QYLD was the big performer of the day. These other ones, JEPQ and QQQY, both outperformed the index, which was great. Good job, guys. FEPI outperformed the index. That was great also. Good job, FEPI. QYLD, though, actually outperformed the index and made a profit somehow. It was just a small profit, but anyway. All right, let's look over here at the Russell High Yield Complex, and IWMY had a great day today, and that doesn't surprise us, right? So we just looked at IWMY prices, and we aren't the only ones that are running a spreadsheet. Other people are. And look at this. How much did IWMY make today on a capture basis? Okay. Well, look at that. So that 92 basis points. Stock price went up 94 basis points. The traders are watching these numbers, and when they see something have a good day, they'll buy it up. And there's usually a pretty good correlation between my spreadsheet and the daily prices of the Defiance, because Defiance does daily options, so it translates directly. When you do weekly options, you can't just take the win or lose for the day, and it doesn't go all through to the bottom line. When Defiance does daily options, every day is a new day, so whatever they make or lose every day just falls straight through to the bottom line. It's one of the many reasons I like Defiance. But yeah, you can just see IWMY killed it, and the traders noticed because they bought it up today. All right, so let's look down here at the single stock ETFs. Most of them are in line. I mean, this is what you'd expect. You would expect Tesla to be down less than the index. And all of the ones that I didn't mark are what you would expect. You would expect all of them. Well, I missed this one. NVIDIA did a great job. That doesn't surprise me. They outperformed the index. I missed this one too. I'm sorry. Darn it. Let me see through. Okay. Anyway, but the ones I didn't mark, they performed in line with what you would expect. Look at Coney. I mean, it was up 1.5%, but the index was up 2%. Well, that's par for the course. Welcome to covered calls. That's the way they work, typically. But the ones that did something good were I put in green. NVIDIA did great. OARC had a nice day. It outperformed by a little bit, not a really nice day. AMD outperformed by a lot, about 30%, or 26% to be exact. FBY, not a great day. They underperformed. Okay. They were doing all right last week, though, so they're fine. The rest of these are pretty much in line with what you would expect. You know, this is what we expect. So I'm just trying to point out the outliers. Sky, GUI, Shelmo, or however you say that, Goop, MSFY, they're fine. Everything went great. But InFly was actually an outlier on the downside. I got that one wrong. I'm sorry. So InFly actually was a big underperformer today. But InFly, just like Facebook, they had a big week, or FBY, they had big weeks last week. These guys are going to be fine. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the tracking report, and that's it for the Defiance end-of-day option strategy report. I hope you guys like these reports. If you do, leave a like, or if you don't, leave a comment, and I'll see what I can do to improve them. Thank you so much, and you guys have a wonderful afternoon.